If you live in this part of the Buckeye State, you may look up in the sky and often see one or two or more large gray airplanes with propellers. Have you ever wondered what they're doing up there or where they come from? Well, these aircraft and their crews call what one of my former bosses referred to as the best guarded cornfield in northeast Ohio home. The cornfield I am speaking of is officially named Youngstown Air Reserve Station, or YARS for short, and it is home to the U.S. Air Force Reserve's 910th Airlift Wing and nearly 2,000 service members and Department of Defense, or DoD for short, civil servants. I'm going to take the next few minutes and give you a brief history of the air station and its host unit, the 910th. I will also tell you about the mission of the wing and the installation today. I am Master Sergeant Bob Barko Jr. I'm the 910th Superintendent of Public Affairs. Part of my job is to tell the story of YARS and the 910th. I've called this base and unit home for more than 10 years, and it has been a fixture in the Mahoning Valley for the last 62 years. As I mentioned, there has been an Air Force installation at the current location of YARS for more than 6 decades. But you may ask yourself, why the need for a military presence in this part of the country at all? Well, that's a great question, and to find the answer, we have to go back in time. According to the 910's fact sheet, the history of YARS dates back to the 1950s when it was originally constructed by the Air Defense Command to provide defense of the northern United States. In 1955, an active duty unit, the 79th Fighter Group, was activated at Youngstown Air Force Base. In 1957, the Continental Air Command's 26th Fighter Bomber Squadron was assigned to Youngstown, but shortly afterward was inactivated. In 1958, the 757th Troop Carrier Squadron, equipped with C-119 flying boxcars, relocated to Youngstown from Byrd Field, Virginia. In 1960, control of Youngstown was transferred to Continental Air Command, the predecessor of today's Air Force Reserve Command. Also, according to the 910's Heritage Pamphlet, the installation's current host wing, the 910th, traces its roots at Youngstown back to 1963, when it was established as the 910th Troop Carrier Group, still flying C-119s. The group's mission changed throughout the 1970s to forward air control, tactical air support, and then to air support, special operations, and finally to a fighter group. During this time, it operated fighter and observation aircraft. In 1979, the missions changed again. The group was now flying an airlift mission, flying the C-130 Hercules aircraft. They have made the C-130 since 1955, but it has undergone several model changes. The 910th received its first C-130B aircraft in 1981 when it became the 910th Tactical Airlift Group. By 1994, the 910th Airlift Group became the 910th Airlift Wing and now was flying C-130H models. Today, the 910th is based at what is now known as Youngstown Air Reserve Station. The wing continues to carry out its airlift mission and now also maintains the DoD's only large area fixed wing aerial spray capability. According to the YARS snapshot, the wing's wartime mission is to use the C-130 to complete tactical airlift. These operations include low-level infiltration into a combat environment, where air crews can deliver personnel and materials by airdrop and air-land techniques. In January 2017, more than 170 members from the 910's flying, maintenance, and other ground support squadrons returned from a 120-day deployment during which they completed airlift operations throughout the U.S. Central Command Area of Operations, which includes much of the Middle East. These citizen airmen and aircraft completed over 1,300 flying hours on more than 330 missions. During these missions, they moved nearly 4,000 passengers, hauled more than 220 tons of cargo, and transported 151 patients with a 99% mission effectiveness rate. According to the 910's aerial spray mission snapshot, the DoD tasked the 910th to maintain the Department of Defense's only aerial spray capability to control disease-carrying insects, pest insects, undesirable vegetation, and to disperse oil spills in large bodies of water. Missions may be executed in combat areas, on DoD installations, or in response to disasters or emergencies, as declared by the President. The wing conducts as many as 25 recurring annual missions on 12 military installations in 9 states, and in some cases over adjacent communities. The 910th has also responded to national disasters such as Hurricane Katrina and Rita, Hurricane Gustav, and Deepwater Horizon oil spill. In order for the 910 to accomplish these missions, the wing needs a home base and a massive team effort to provide support. According to the Yars snapshot, the base has 71 buildings and sits on 321 acres. There are more than $1 billion of federal assets at Yars. The wing's manning is nearly 1,700 people, including full-time and part-time traditional reservists, or TRs. These TRs, or citizen airmen, make up the bulk of the manpower at Yars. They have volunteered for this duty. They serve 1 week in a month, at least an additional 2 weeks per year, and they can be called up for deployment. In uniform, they work across 15 different squadrons in a wide variety of specialties to accomplish the 910's mission of deploy, deliver, defend. When they are not wearing the uniform, they are students, businessmen, teachers, doctors, police, firefighters, postal workers, small business owners, and more. They come from every walk of life. They are your neighbors, your friends, your classmates, and quite possibly members of your family. In addition to Air Force reservists, there are about 174 Marine Corps and Navy reservists assigned to Yars. The installation's total manning is nearly 1,900 people. The installation pumped more than $93 million into the local economy in fiscal year 2016, making the 910th and Yars not only vital to the national defense, but to the Mahoning Valley as well. In closing, over the last several minutes, I've given you a brief history of the Youngstown Air Reserve Station, Ohio, and its host unit, the 910th Airlift Wing. I've also told you about the mission of the wing and the installation today. Now, the next time you look up and see those large gray airplanes with propellers, you'll know why they are up there practicing their mission. You'll know where they come from. You'll know about the 910th Airlift Wing, the men and women assigned to Youngstown Air Reserve Station, Ohio, and a bit about the installation they call home, and the vital role the best guarded cornfield in Northeast Ohio has in the Mahoning Valley and in the national defense. Thank you.